Last week, 28th of June, is it 25th of June? Yes, sorry. You got that on Tuesday, 25th of June, I was in the Labour Party headquarters to meet, to commence the discussion about the issue of resolving Labour Party family problems. And I did mention that the group which within our family is known as Transition Committee, I'm going to meet them. And that is why I'm here, to meet them. All in the same discussion, which we've commenced.
So what is the outcome of these hours? What is the outcome of these hours of meeting?
Well, now we've deliberated on what we think we need to, for me, I've listened to this side, I've listened to this side, and we'll go on consulting within the stakeholders, which involves a lot of people.
So why
have we wait forward?
So 2027 is around the corner.
No, it's not around the corner.
We can't say that.
Excellency, these issues on the lingering crisis in the Labour Party has been for a long time.
It's not for a long time.
And it has, since 2023, this has been on. And no, you have been accused of standing in defense. That's the reason that this issue has not been resolved. Can you tell us how to defend this?
I'm still on the fence. But I can, from that fence, I'll resolve it.
At what time do you resolve this issue?
We'll resolve it.
Preparing toward 2027.
Yeah.
Like what he said, are we sure that this issue will be resolved for Labour Party to have a ground to contest for 2027?
It will be very amicably resolved. Remember, today you're talking about Labour Party. I'm sure in 2019, Labour Party wasn't an issue because they didn't have a presidential candidate.
So
don't worry.
Do you see external forces?
Whichever forces that is involved, we will resolve it. External and internal, we will amicably resolve this to the greater interest of Nigerians, not just Labour Party, where we'll start caring about what concerns Nigerians. Nigerians do not expect us as politicians to be preoccupied by party wranglings. They want us to be preoccupied by issues that affect Nigerians, which is their health, their children's education, the food, and pulling people out of poverty. We can't have 30-something million people that will face hunger, with more people being thrown into poverty and everything, and we're preoccupied by party wrangling. We are going to resolve it and focus on doing what we are expected as politicians. It means we are public servants, and we must focus on the people. It is about the people.
But the people are distracted by this issue so far.
No, they are not distracted. They are being distracted by those in office. We're not in office. How can they be distracted when we're actually doing what is amazing?
Do we still have hope for Labour Party in the next elections?
Huge hope. You've told you, huge hope. Huge hope.
So the NLC president,
And that is the future of your children.
so the NLC president was not part of your meeting right now.
It shouldn't be.
You met him separately before going into this?
Yes, because he's not part of this committee. I met him, I paid courtesy call to him, and I met the committee. That's how it works.
Your Excellency, it's been said that your silence over this matter is so prolonged. Was it deliberate, or were you waiting for them to drum up the back?
Whatever you call it, I've started now.
Okay. So when are we expecting next meeting? Maybe.
We'll call you. We called you on this one. So when we have next meeting, we'll call you. You're not part of the meeting now. How are we going to give you dates?
Okay. We are still
This meeting is as a result of what happened on the 25th of June, when it is in fulfillment of his pledge as the leader of the party that he is going to effect amicable resolution of the issue. And like he said, discussions have commenced and they are ongoing.
Okay, right now, where is the certificate of the Labour Party?
Is it material to this issue? The certificate of the Labour Party is in the custody of Nigeria Labour Congress.
Okay. Who is the national chairman of the Labour Party as we speak?
I am the National Transition Committee chairman.
What do we hope from this after this meeting with the
peaceful resolution of the problem? Thank you.
In politics, perception is very important. I am following P2B because nobody has even made an allegation against him. He has been a governor for 8 years, has been a chairman of a bank, has held offices of trust. As a matter of fact, in page 61 of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's book, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the WTO Director General, said he was the only governor that was crying that we must be saving something when we had excess, crude reserves. If we had saved something, where we would have been as a country. Now, you are the chairman of a political party of such a man, and the renegade group that started this accused you or alleged you forged something. The former national chairman of the party, a woman, alleged that you forged something. Your national treasurer alleged that you forged something. NLC alleged that you forged something. Everybody, the candidates that were in for the election in 2023 under Labour Party, some of them alleged you forged something. The perception is simply, the optics is simply not good. If I were him, I would have used this opportunity to rest, to take a leave, so that all these allegations would take a leave. Because in Nigeria, knowing what Nigeria is, if he has honorably stepped down, those allegations will honorably step down. And now he has subjected himself to going to face the consequences of what he did. I never defended anybody who offends the law.
But let me ask you this, though.
Yeah.
Is the problem right now in the Labour Party Julius Abure? I'm trying to assess how dire the situation is. I mean, is it just him, or is it politicians, members of the unions belly aching about something or nothing, or is the subtext clear? The level of despair now pretty obvious? I mean, somebody said in their competence, they're masking their incompetence. I mean, blurring the vision of the entire country. Is it that bad, or is it just Julius Abure? Because,
well, I'm happy
as you said, you used the word optics. It's sending the wrong optics to the country.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you made mention of the union. Let me admit that the union is a very, very important stakeholder of Labour Party.
Right.
But let me make it clear, and this is where I think they exceeded their boundary. Labour Party is not owned by the union. Labour Party, by Section 77 of the Electoral Act, is a body corporate with perpetual succession and a common seal that can sue and be sued in its name. So nobody owns a body corporate. Once you register a political party, just like even the ordinary limited liability company, has a life of its own. Good. In Section 222 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, any association that is not open to the membership of every citizen of Nigeria cannot be called a political party. So the members of Nigeria who are members, the citizens of Nigeria who are members of Labour Party, they are the ones who govern Labour Party through their management of Labour Party. So nobody owns any political party. Political party has a life of its own, but they may be the founder. Just like you have founders of PDP, APC, some of them that the names are even there may have even relocated to another party, and that does not make the party dead or anything. So I agree, they are important stakeholders, But please, they should refrain from using the word that they own Labour Party. Labour Party constitution is different from NLC constitution. So by virtue of the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, once INEC registers a political party, the membership is very clear. They have to file the register of the members of the political party, file their constitution, file any alteration of the constitution, and once it's done, it becomes a body corporate. So nobody owns Labour Party.
That's a very important distinction, and I'm glad you brought that up.
But they are very important stakeholders.
And they're very
even
influential in the party.
Ordinarily.
It's a bit like the unions and the Labour Party in the UK.
It should be the party for the workers. But the workers also, they have to step up their game. They have to make sure that all their members from the wards take over membership of Labour Party. If you want to own Labour Party, it's possible with your number and all those things. You can actually get your members to register as members of Labour Party, and from the ward, when they are doing the congresses, fill in your members, let them go and contest. And once you take over the leadership of the party, you are now in charge.
Right, and some have suggested that there is some sort of plot to further the political ambitions of some people in the Labour Congress, and this has all been orchestrated to further that cause. What's your reading of that?
Balderdash, hogwash, infantile. You're looking at it, but do you think it is easy to be the president of Nigerian Labour Congress? It's a very prestigious post, respected worldwide. Member of the International Labour Organization. And you're saying he's interested in what? The beleaguered post of the NWC? Or what?
Well, it's suggested that he's got presidential ambitions.
And what's wrong with that?
And that he wants to use the Labour Party to further that
Labour Party is the party of the workers. Assuming without conceding. Is it an offense to have an ambition? In any case, I know they supported P2B very well. And I know that allegation is a blackmail. But even without conceding to it, assuming without conceding, what's wrong with it?
Yeah, but when the NLC starts to say, as you yourself pointed out, that they own the Labour Party, it suggests that they want to take some kind of ownership of the party in its present form and essentially co-opt it into their sphere.
Now, there is a lacuna, because as I'm talking to you, Labour Party does not have leadership. And as important stakeholders, there's nothing wrong if they are moving in to salvage the party. That's why I'm saying they should restrain the use of the word that they own. If you're not a member of, it's not every NLC member that's a member of Labour Party. You have no business in anything Labour Party if you're not a member of Labour Party. So if you go there to picket Labour Party in the name of NLC and you're not a member of Labour Party, you're a trespasser. And you can be jailed for that. So anybody who is an NLC member, who is not a member of Labour Party, is outside Labour Party and has no business with Labour Party. The mere fact that not every NLC member is a member of Labour Party tells you that NLC does not own Labour Party and cannot own it. If you go to the Constitution, you will not see anywhere where NLC will be members of any...
But that's potentially another area that could lead to conflict, isn't it? That's why the impression is being given that there are a multiplex of conflicts taking place in the Labour
Because of that lacuna, nature cannot exist. That's why I'm holding the NWC responsible. You know, even if you go to court, and there is a circumstance that the law did not envisage, because where there is law, there must be remedy. You see the judge having to make law.
Yeah, but even
in order to provide the remedy.
Yeah, but a lot of people have gone to court from the Labour Party in recent times. I mean, the court has often found against them, but that doesn't stop them from still agitating and further dividing the party.
Now, let me tell you, what happened is that when a man has a sinister motive, he tries to foist a fait accompli on the system